Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have Billy on Eldrazi with an Ancient Tomb Go, something that's pretty merciful for Matt. And he has the ideal opening for burn a Goblin Guide, turn sideways, and Billy not landing a Chalice at 1. Instead, he has a Thought-Knot Seer, pretty reasonable card versus burn. It's going to keep the ground at a standstill and also strip a card out of Matt's hand. Be pretty difficult to get rid of as well. Oh, double Fire Blast. A single land, though. Lightning Bolt is taken. And another land is drawn. So Billy can end up in a 2-for-1 situation if he wants to apply pressure. Put out a Monastery Swift Spear. And he's actually going to Lava Spike. Ah, yes, he's only got the 2 mountains. And it is pretty difficult to push through the remaining damage from here. Warping Whale takes out Monastery Swift Spear. And losing the Monastery Swift Spear to Warping Whale, boy, I'm not going to lie, I would have been tempted to at least consider Fire Blasting the Thought-Knot Seer in response to that. Monastery Swift Spear's power would have become higher. However, Eidolon is a reason to consider holding onto those mountains for a while longer as additional damage comes through. And the question is Billy going to be able to stabilize? He's got it all locked up. Oh, and Thought-Knot Seer will do it. From here, I mean, Matt's going to need to draw like 3 mountains to get back into this game. It was a long shot, and it looks like his outs are pretty much gone at this point. Trinisphere going to be one of the several targets that Matt may have for Smash to Smithereens post-board. Of course, Chalice of the Void, the scariest card, but Smash to Smithereens, an excellent printing for burn. Back in, I think it was Magic Origins. But the ability to destroy a artifact and deal 3 damage is so key. Because there's plenty of ways to just destroy the artifact. But with burn, you just got to keep that pressure coming. Matt has drawn. Lands like an absolute pro right off the top. But this Chalice of the Void, I think, is going to be the issue. There's an Eidolon in hand. And Matt's going to go ahead and jam an Eidolon. And with only 1 blocker, Matt may have drawn out of this. If he turns everything sideways, I mean, yeah, Billy's still with just a single threat. Oh, no, he's got a Walking Ballista, sorry. Walking Ballista, pretty relevant. Scratch that thought. Endbringer, aptly named in this situation. Matt's going to need like a Price of Progress. That would be very lethal. I mean, Price of Progress would do like, what is this, 12 damage? Walking Ballista just getting larger. Endbringer. Able to ping or draw cards. Kind of does it all. And Billy now starting to chip away at Matt's board presence, getting these creatures out of the way. 3 mountains left to work with. Ooh, a Sulfuric Vortex. So close. I believe... I mean, if there's still a Fire Blast in hand, it would be just a turn off, as Billy's able to turn everything sideways for lethal. Trinisphere is a heck of a Magic card. Really is. Fire Blast, one of the most fun parts about burn, I think, in Legacy, being able to play with Fire Blast. Pauper has it as well. Pauper burn is actually not that far off. You know, if you were playing against like a random kitchen table player, it's possible you'd be better off playing Pauper Burn than Legacy Burn, because you lose Price of Progress, you lose Eidolon, Swift Spear, and Goblin Guide. But you do pick up creatures to replace them that are not nearly as good, but they're fine. I mean, I don't know. It's entirely possible. It's losing Price of Progress versus like mono green, the fat creatures. I mean, that's not a problem. And Eidolon often doesn't hurt those decks at all if they're just, casting creatures at, 4, 5, 6 mana. So, yeah. I actually wonder. I mean, I feel like you'd have to assume Legacy would be better just because of the power level of the format. But Pauper has definitely got some strength to it. That'll be fun to get some Pauper events going in paper again. And I guess I'm going to shuffle ahead here. Here we go. So Matt on the play. And he leads out with the Grim Lavamancer, which can be good versus some of Billy's lower to the ground draws. Things involving Endless One, Eldrazi Mimic, Matter Reshaper. There's that Chalice at 1. Absolutely terrifying play, enabled by City of Traders. Will Billy have these Smash to Smithereens on curve here? Push through some damage. Allow that Lavamancer. Oh, double Suspend Riftbolt. Fair enough. Ooh, Thorn. That could have been a lot worse. So Matt will, in fact, need to pay the mana for these. Trinisphere actually would have left them stranded. That would have been devastating. You would remove the counters, and then you would not be able to play them, so they would just stay in exile. And it looked like Billy actually just playing Walking Ballista as a 2-mana spell to kill the Lavamancer. And now Thought-Knot Seer sees a really full grip for this late in the game. I guess that's what happens when you've only drawn 2 lands. A Matter Reshaper. Matt. Now with a Searing Blaze with Landfall. Let's see what it reveals. An Ugin. It's going to go to Billy's hand. No free Ugins, thankfully. And Factory stands up, swinging. And Endless One proposes a quick exit as Billy, taking down game 1, now threatens lethal. Ensnaring Bridge, uncastable, still tons of cards in hand, and everything just coming together there a bit too fast for Burn to keep up with. Ensnaring Bridge is an important part of beating decks like Burn, as very often, Burn beating decks like Eldrazi is very often you can get down to 0 cards and just play your Burn off the top each round, but Eldrazi, one of those decks that abuses Chalice quite well. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.